We replaced the fluorescent in our laundry room with this beautiful hanging chandelier, but now as you can see, it's a little bit too dark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add a can light there and a can light over there. And you can see we've got to go down the slope, so that'll make it a little bit difficult. Let's see what we can find out.
Now here's what we'll be installing, these 4-inch ultra-thin downlights from Halo. Now, what's cool about these things is they don't need a junction box. You just stick this thing up in the ceiling or into the wall, connect this clip here, pops right in. So real easy to install, don't have to have previous lighting there, so you basically just have to figure out how to run the wire. We're also thinking about installing one of these angled versions, direct ceiling mount, on the slope there, but I haven't decided yet, so I got both. Don't have one. A cheap hole saw, Amazon can be found. I found this one for 12 bucks because we're going to try to cut a hole like that, and I did not feel like doing it by hand.
To complete this job, you'll also need some wire, the proper gauge for your installation, as well as a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver and a drill. You might also want some sandpaper to smooth out rough edges. The way we're going to run wire here is we're going to go up into that box that's holding that light up there, and we're going to go to the right here with the wire, which we should be able to run straight because we've got joists right there that run parallel to it. And then we're going to come through the ceiling here, figure out what we're dealing with here where the corner meets, and then we're going to run that wire down to a hole that we'll eventually put right there. First step is to measure, and then I want to check to see where I've got studs in there so I kind of have a clue what I'm dealing with. What I don't want to do is put the light and drill a hole right into a stud, otherwise I'd have to notch it out and that could be a pain. Okay, so what we've done now is we've marked our locations on the ceiling with blue tape, so we know exactly where to drill our holes. Now what we did was we measured from the light and said, what's the width of the room, which in our case was 162 inches. So we cut that in half and then cut that in half again to get the distances that we wanted from the light, which is 41 inches. And then it just so happens our room is 82 inches wide, so we had 41 inches. And we pulled them both from the same wall so they'll look uniform as we walk into the room. Raise your hair day. Now I'm notorious for this, so I am telling you this now, measure twice. I measure once all the time, and I get it wrong all the time. And fixing 4-inch holes in drywall is not easy to do.
You probably can't see it, but we got these little X's on the tape, and I am glad I measured twice because that one was off by about 1 inch. So it's a good thing we took a time there. All right. So let's take a look here. Insulation, I can't really tell what's over there, but I suspicion it is another thing that we're gonna have to deal with. And bingo bango, you run a couple of wires, you cut a couple of holes, and poof, it all works. Look at that, huh? Just like magic. Absolute magic.